Question for you. Why are people in the modern world staying single for so long? Is there something wrong with us? Or is there another answer? Well, in the 6 or 7 years I've owned this website, I've watched over 1 million people join, and one of the most common questions is, why is it so hard to find somebody in the modern world? This article in Psychology Today by the scientific fundamentalist Satoshi Kanazawa gives a really interesting answer. He says there's nothing wrong with us. What's different in the modern world is we have so much choice. Think about it. 100 years ago, you and I probably would have been born in a small town where maybe there was 5, 6, 7 people that were potential candidates for us to settle down and marry. But now in the modern world, if you live here, I'm here in Beverly Hills, you might have 100,000 potential options. So what's happening is our mind is trying to sort through the options and find us the best person to settle down with. Now, he talks about a study in 1966 by John Gilbert and Frederick Mosteller, 2 statisticians who asked themselves a question. If you want to find the best person, what's the best strategy? And here's what they found, the result of the study. You need to go through 40% of the potential candidates and reject all of them. That 40% serves as a sort of barometer, a thermometer. It teaches you what you want and what you don't want, who you should settle for and who you shouldn't settle for. So, what's happening in the modern world is our brain is doing the same thing it would have done 100 years ago. It's saying we need to date a certain amount of people to find out what we like. So back 100 years ago, there would have been 10 potential people to marry. We would have gone out with 3 or 4 of them, rejected them, and then after that, we would have settled down with the next best person. The next best person. And that's what that study says. You have to date the 40%, but then when you're done with that dating, you just settle down with the next person that's better than anyone else you've ever dated. So, in the modern world, here's the lesson for us. We have to have some control over our mind or else it'll go haywire. Because if you live in a big city, New York, LA, Miami, Dallas, or even a smaller city, you have 5, 10, 15, 100,000, 150,000 options. There's so many single people in the world now. And if you're not careful, your mind will just try to have you date. It kind of will just go haywire. It'll be saying, let's meet the 40% so that you can find the one. But we don't have time. No one has time to date 500 people in their life. So what you have to do is take control of your mind, realize what your mind's doing, it's trying to find you the best option, and scale it down. So maybe you don't have to go back to 100 years ago where you just date 2 or 3 people and then marry the next best person. If you live in the modern world, you might want to date more than that. But you need to come to a place when you know when you've dated enough. When you've got a good idea of what you want. And then you settle with the next best person. That will help you overcome this paradox of choice that if you're not careful, will keep you single for a long, long time, longer than you want. So great study. Check it out, Psychology Today. The article is called Why Dating is Difficult in New York or London. It has some great specific points. And this is the overview. And it's really, I think, what you need to know as a single person to find happiness. And with online dating for sure. Because online dating gives you so many options that if you're not careful, you'll just be looking for the next best one, next best one, next best one. And you'll probably be missing out on somebody who, if you'd given a chance, might be that perfect person for you.